Now, finally, I just want to reflect on this book called Good to Great. Basically, because I think this book, I believe this book, had a strong influence on the development of astrophysics in the last decade at HAO. Tom Bogdan and Mike Thompson and I think Scott McIntosh are all fans of this book. And it's basically a business book that examines what is the difference between good companies that produce, reasonable returns over time and great companies that just continue to grow. And if I had to summarize the thesis of this book in one sentence, it is that the difference between good and great companies is that the great companies focus on what they do best and got rid of the rest, okay? So in the last decade, HAO interpreted this as focus on what you do best, space weather, and shed the rest. And astrophysics and solar dynamo research went out the door. But I read this book in 2012, and I had a different interpretation. And that interpretation, if you had applied it at the NCAR level, where the budgetary decisions were being made, could have been focus on what you do best, science. That's what NCAR does. And shed the rest, administration and the Office of Programs. If you look at how the NCAR budget has been allocated in the last decade, you will find that a diminishing fraction has been devoted to science at the expense, of some of these other programs. So with that, I will put up the summary of the most important, highly impactful papers ever to come out of HAO. In fact, these papers are among the most impactful measured by citations in all of NCAR. They're in the top 10. There are a few climate papers that are more highly cited, as you might imagine. But all of the most highly cited papers to come out of HAO in its history, these top 3, are in astrophysics, not in solar physics. Maybe a coincidence, I don't know. B, those advances have direct application to our understanding of both solar physics and atmospheric physics. So it's unclear why the decisions were made that were made. But that's all in the past. Thank you, Michael, and congratulations.